Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We're all out there enjoying these winter conditions, but you know, this concept in the background is there's a lot of science behind the winter season and what happens here in the valley on the ski mountain. Hannah Irwin from Walking Mountain Science Center is here this morning to tell us a little bit about that. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Very well. And you were just explaining this incredible concept to me that we're about to explore right now with the way ice skates and skis interact with the ice below them.
So, I watched a lot of figure skating this weekend, so I was thinking a lot about ice.
Yeah.
And so I decided to bring these melting blocks in. If you would do me the honor of checking both of these blocks. They look similar, but they're made of different materials. And tell me what you notice the difference is between them.
So I'm feeling the first one here, and it's pretty cold. It's a solid, solid material there. And this, so this one's pretty warm. Yeah, so I think the difference between them is mostly with temperature, the material's a little bit different.
One definitely, so this one's made of aluminum, and this is a compressed plastic here, so they're different materials. Which one of these do you think would melt ice faster?
Well, let's see, it must be the warm one, right?
You would think that, right? So we're going to test that out. I'm going to put our little ice blockers in here. Grab a couple ice cubes, and we can see what happens.
So we're grabbing some ice cubes, we're placing them on these blocks.
So what are you noticing?
So what I'm noticing is that the cold block is melting that ice pretty quickly. I mean, we're seeing it pretty much.
Our eyes.
It's going to be gone here in a second.
Yeah, it's melting extremely quickly, even though it feels colder to the touch.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, when they touch metal in cold weather like this, they think it's colder, but these are actually the same temperature. These are both room temperature right now. The metal it's an illusion, really, because when we touch it, it conducts heat much better than this plastic. So it's actually conducting the heat of our own bodies and cooling our own bodies. So our hands are getting cold because it's sucking in our heat.
Interesting.
Even
and you
though
can
it's the
see,
exact same temperature.
This one's almost completely melted now. That one, I don't even see a drop of water around it. So this principle is really in action here.
That's going to take a while, right? So what it's doing right now is it's conducting the heat of this room, which is much warmer than the ice. And it's melting this ice, but this isn't conducting it very well.
So that's what's going on there to some degree with ice skates and skis when they're interacting with that ice, the metal edge.
Getting that beautiful glide that figure skaters get as they hit the ice with their
So that's the science behind this principle, and that's a concept that you guys apply through this program, the Science Behind series, right?
Yeah, so we have all kinds of topics every single month with the Science Behind series, and Thursday night we're doing the Science Behind performance training right in time for the Olympics. If you're inspired to get out and become a better athlete, the people from Howard Head Performance are coming to tell us about the 7 main movement patterns that we make as humans and how to do those movement patterns better so we can be better athletes and also just be in less pain in general.
That's pretty interesting. So the 7 movements, you're moving in a very similar way all the time, and they've kind of generalized this down into 7 ways that we move on a general. Wow, I might have to check that out because I've been to the last 3 Science Behinds. I love that series. I think it really breaks down some topics that we're all super familiar with, but don't really understand, what's going on behind it. So
exactly. Something as simple as how we move, they explain that to us because we don't all move perfectly as we should.
Well, that's great. So that's the Science Behind series tomorrow night, Thursday night at 6:30, right up at Walking Mountain Science Center.
Yes, right at Walking Mountain Science Center.
That's great.
And then tonight we have the High Country Speaker Series with a satirical filmmaker. He's used his documentary skills as a mission to help us get outside more.
Perfect. So 2 back-to-back programs, both very informative. You can find that up at the Walking Mountain Science Center. Hannah, thank you so much for visiting us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Science Behind.
No problem.
That's great. We're going to head up to Mark Sassy at Beaver Creek. He's on the mountain.